Welcome back. Sporting hit the road again to face a streaking Dallas. But first, Columbus looked to take advantage of a toothless Fire attack. The Crew were unbeaten at home when Chicago came to town. But Robert Warzija's men were far from perfect. Designated player Andres Mendoza had become a divisive figure on the Crew roster, missing several golden opportunities against New York, refusing to let Jeff Cunningham attempt to tie the goal-scoring record on a PK, and hushing the Crew fans landed the Peruvian in hot water. But results trumped personality, so with 3 goals in the last 3 games, Mendoza stayed in the starting lineup. Chicago was under new management, but that didn't immediately translate into new results. Frank Klopas could not get his team to break out from the ties that haunted the Fire's early season. Chicago returned to their early season strike tandem of Gaston Purari and Diego Chavez in hopes of breaking their goal drought. Dan Kelly and Evan Whitfield were behind the mic at Crew Stadium.
The Fire midfielders can get that ball out wide and they can exploit that opportunity.
Baggio right foots it in, and that screams over the crossbar. Nice look there by Usidic. It's been on the pitch frequently. It's been a physical tussle with these Crew. Gaston Purari fires, and William Hesmer diving gets just enough of it. Patrick Nyako busting wide with that speed. Nyako Purari, and it's James with the save.
Gets to the byline, pulls it back, just gets his foot on it really and directs it towards the goal, and James makes short work of it.
Baggio Usidic finds Baruch. Baruch tees it up, and again off the crossbar, this one from distance. Or Baruch will find Dominic Oduro. Back to Baruch. He had a moment, now Baruch twisting in. Or Baruch, the poke, the rebound, scores! Christian Nazareth has just scored his first ever Major League Soccer goal.
Forces a save, and Nazareth's there.
And the final whistle sounds. Frankie Klopas feeling pretty good. Picks up his first win as head coach, and the Chicago Fire have won their first match since March 26th. They walk into Columbus, Ohio, and they take down the Crew for the first time since 2007. Feeling pretty good tonight.
Dallas was the hottest team in MLS, quickly rising up the ladder on the back of a 9-game unbeaten streak. Perhaps the most important reason for the Texans' run was midfielder Marvin Chavez declining a Gold Cup call-up from Honduras. Chavez has been a constant threat in the attack, providing goals, assists, and impressive support play. Sporting, on the other hand, was in need of a spark. After a disappointing 0-0 draw in the opening of Livestrong Sporting Park, KC would hope to get their second win of the season against a streaking Dallas side. In order to get back to the high-scoring offense that started the season, Peter Vermes would make major changes to the attack. Bobby Ryan and Steve Jolly were in Frisco with all of the action from Pizza Hut Park.
As we're underway, it's been Bunbury as the lone striker. That'd be Bravo and Kamara or Smith up there. That's a fantastic ball from Sapong. It's found Graham Zusi. His right-footed effort rings the post. Accurate strike.
No question, Zusi. Solid hit, and does look like Kevin Hartman gets a little bit of it.
There's another counterattack started here. It's Arno. Out wide for Zusi. One-on-one with Zach Lloyd. Graham Zusi. Right-footed effort.
Zusi doing a fine job creating space on Zach Lloyd, and what a finish.
Breck Shea, his pace, cutting through the Kansas City defense. Breck Shea!
So much confidence, taking not 1, not 2, but 4 Kansas City players, and then finishing it to the far post. I mean, obviously, the goal itself is going to be one of the better ones of the week. Unfortunately, it's going to have to test against Hossley if you get a chance. Fans go on
MLS Soccer.
MLS Soccer. I mean, it has to be one of the best goals I've seen in a long time in Major League Soccer.
Saw a sliding challenge there of Milos Stoichev on Zach Lloyd. Oh, it's absolutely late, Steve.
Absolutely late.
And clumsy.
Very clumsy.
Zusi, overhit, back post. Sapong keeps it in!
Bobby, a pretty good ball. Not a great ball to Zusi. Sapong, what a fine ball there. And Colleen, so far in this first 55 minutes, they've done just about everything they want.
It's a stunning strike from Graham Zusi. Well, Pizza Hut Park is the field of dreams for Graham Zusi. And he struck again for Sporting Kansas City. An audacious attempt.
And from, what, 50 yards out, 45 yards out, Zusi just cranks it. This is really, truly a field of dreams for Zusi. Wins the national championship with the University of Maryland.
A second yellow card has now been shown to Milos Stoichev for a challenge on Chavez, rather. Not sure what he's doing there.
I genuinely have no idea what he's thinking. Has plenty of time to pull back.
The nominees were named by the media this week. This is Diop. It's a through ball for Sassano. Hartman was out. And Luke Sassano.
Zusi with the quick pass. And Diop head up. See Sassano streaking through, and Sassano with phenomenal first touch.
A sliding challenge from Kai Kamara. And the center official, Kevin Stott, has whistled the end of full time here at Pizza Hut Park. And what has turned out to perhaps be the most stunning result of the weekend.
The standings in the Eastern Conference saw some shuffling this week. New York reclaimed the top spot when Philly slipped against RSL. DC and New England dropped, while Houston, Chicago, and Sporting all snapped long winless streaks. Out west, the Galaxy attack will be anxiously awaiting the return of Landon Donovan, but they remained on top despite giving up a late draw to Toronto. Dallas stayed in second despite losing for the first time in 10 games. A third loss in a row meant Portland joined their fellow expansion side at the bottom. In the race for the Golden Boot, Thierry Henry came within one goal of league leader Landon Donovan. A two-goal performance from Eric Hasley put the Frenchman back in contention. And despite his team getting trounced, Breck Shea inserted himself in the picture as well. This week's nationally broadcast action starts off with New England hosting Toronto on Wednesday. That game can be seen at 8 p.m. Eastern on TSN in Canada. Soccer Night in America returns to Fox Soccer on Friday, when Kansas City returns to their breathtaking new home against San Jose at 8:30. TSN2 in Canada is where to find Seattle traveling to Toronto Saturday at 7. And the week ends with the Timbers looking to break their losing skid when the Red Bulls come to Gerald Wayne. That game is Sunday at 10 p.m. on Galavision. The rest of the action takes place on Saturday. Philly visits a Vancouver side hoping for their first win since the opening game. Houston hosts Columbus. The league leaders take on the defending champs. And Dallas look to rebound against Chivas. That's all for Week 13 of the MLS Review Show. Thanks for joining us, and remember to visit MLSsoccer.com for full coverage of all the news in Major League Soccer.